Taren S, and welcome to the House of Witchcraft. I've been doing magic for a very long time now, and I'm so happy to open up my cottage to you. Come on in. Hello, House of Witchcraft folks, and all you other magical people who happen to be tuning in to me here on YouTube. Thank you, is all I can say. The growth of my channel has been amazing. I am so happy that many of you witches and witchy types are leaning in and finding wisdom and finding inspiration, empowerment, all those other uplifting words by watching these videos of mine. Because that's really what it's about. Ultimately, the message of the House of Witchcraft is a do you boo witchcraft, meaning that the magic's within, all right? I can only inspire you. I can give you ingredients, but ultimately, you got to go in the kitchen and do it yourself. And with that said, today's video, first of all, this is Taren in her completely natural state, no makeup, no nothing. Because for this video, I thought it was sort of, when I was doing my notes, how important it is that we come to divinity as who we truly are. You can dress it all up on the outside, but it's the inside that counts, all right? And if your inside is beautiful, then your outside is going to radiate, all right? You're going to be beautiful when you get up in the morning and your hair is slightly askew, you know. What I want to talk about, and as you can see, I have some notes on this, because excuse me, y'all. One sec. Ooh, that's a tart lemonade. Woo! All right. I want to talk to all you witches, and especially, this is sort of to you new novice witches in our community. Beginning a year and a day. What this means. We hear about it within the traditions, within our lineage traditions, but within the solitaire community, I think we sort of don't understand the true importance of this and how important it is for your journey as a solitaire witch, as somebody who is standing in your circle with just 3 of your friends, and you really don't have a coven per se, but you got a nice little group of folks doing something, and you all make a commitment that you're going to get out there and do it for a year and a day. You're standing in your bedroom. You make the commitment that every full moon you're going to light a candle and say a prayer. All right? These are commitments that you make to yourself. These are commitments that you make to divinity, to the goddess. All right? You know, we do within, like I said, within traditions, we have a year and a day period before we allow somebody to consider membership. All right? And the reason why, I cannot tell you in my 40 years of standing in sacred space how many people I've seen come in all gung-ho. They are right up, they've gotten the books, they went and bought a pile of herbs, they've got all the aesthetics, they're going to do a year and a day. And 5-6 months later, we don't see them, all right? And I've heard this with solitaires. You go get it all together, and 5-6 months later, it's sitting in the corner of your bedroom, or that little spot you picked out in the garden in your backyard is sitting there unused, all right? And then, a couple months later, you wonder why things aren't going so well. Your life just seems to be in a continual downward. Oh, I tried doing that witchy stuff, but it didn't work for me. A year and a day is Mother Nature's time. It's not a time that we just picked out of the blue. It is a time for us to experience all 4 seasons with someone, a time for the goddess to spend all 4 seasons with someone. And then your journey begins, right? The year and a day isn't the, oh, I get a certificate program. The year and a day says, I'm committed to this journey and I'm ready for the good stuff to start happening. All right? And when you're standing in your backyard, you've made that commitment to yourself. All right? Because that's really, the goddess is in here, sweetie. This is the commitment we make. I make a commitment to myself that I'm going to go stand out in my backyard under every full moon for a year and a day. And I don't make it for whatever reason. I know there's all sorts of reasons. But now you're talking to somebody who has stood in snow, rain, and stood out there and said my prayers. All right. When we talk about being committed, you go out and stand under that full moon when you're tired, when it's inconvenient, when you don't feel like it. You push yourself through that first year and a day. You want to show the universe. You want to show divinity. You want to show spirit realms. You are here for real, okay? And sometimes I believe the goddess and spirit realm sort of put little stumbling blocks in your way to see how serious you are, how committed you are, all right? Is this just a moment in time where it's trending and for the next 15 minutes I'm a witch? Or is this what my spirit says? All right? And so these folks said, oh, I'm going to do this year and a day. You don't make it halfway through. It didn't work for me. Now I'm going to go try something else out. Now I'm going to go try something else out. Now I'm going to go try something else out. All right? We'll never find the magic. Okay? The magic is through patience, commitment, seasons, both in nature and in your life. Okay? When you finish that year in a day, when you look in your book, you open it up and I always encourage folks, write down each moon you did and write the little note chap about yourself. And when you look back at that year, you're going to look back at it differently. You're going to have a different sense of familiarity when you walk into sacred space. That welcome home is just going to wrap its arms around you, all right? It is not an easy endeavor, whether you choose to do it within a tradition where you make the commitment that you're going to show up to their activities for the next year and a day, you're going to lean in, you're going to get to know them, or you make the commitment to yourself and to the goddess standing in your backyard that you're spending the next year and a day getting all up in that. You know what I'm saying. And if you fall short with that, then where else are you going to fall short? Without getting all up in that out there, but one of the things within the witchy realm is that we learn that our oath, our vow, all right, should be like a signed contract. If I say I'm going to do something, y'all heard my dog, and the other big guy, he's like, oh, I heard somebody. That's Oscar, you see there in the background. But this is the vows you keep to yourself. And when we keep vows to ourselves, it builds our internal, our confidence, our sense of self. Okay? So challenge yourself. And with that said, I'm going to give a little shout out, because and I wrote the Dedicant's Handbook to Coven Life, and which is started out for witches that were getting involved with covens and what was expected of them. But then I realized that a lot of solitaires were using this book for their first year of magic journey. And so I went back and sort of changed it up a little bit and made it so that you have these witchy prompts. There's 100 magical prompts in this book. Don't let it size fool you. To help you through the course of that first year and a day keep the magic around you. What do I need to think about? What do I need to do? And what I challenge witches who use this book, all right, as you'll see, like I said, there's all these wonderful little witchy prompts. I know you can't quite read them, but they're just questions on you, what your magic is, to answer the prompts your first year. And then put this book down and away for 2-3 years. And then come back and answer these prompts again. And at that point, you will see your magical growth. You will see where your answers have changed. Are there a little, not like big changes, but more in depth. You're going to have more nuance, almost, where you're wondering and you feel like, oh, I'm doing the same old, where am I gauging myself at? Because it's really hard for a lot of our solitaire witches to gauge knowledge. Where have I grown? Within a group, we can see it when we have a list of things that we do within the degree system. Of course, we can see it. This book is a way for you solitaires to gauge your knowledge, all right, and to seek your own personal growth. It doesn't matter if you're in a group or a solitaire. Ultimately, it's a journey between you and the goddess, you and divinity. This is a journey that is very personal for each of us, even as we stand shoulder to shoulder with other magic folk. All right, witches, I think I sort of through all of that and had a little bit of fun with my dog Oscar. He is my bull mastiff. He's 2.5 years old, and he runs our house, is all I'm saying. And I'm going to give another quick shout out, of course, to my other books that you know I have. I forgot I put it down here. Hoodoo and the Psalms. If you are wanting to know more about the magic of the Psalms, yeah, all 150 of them I went through and identified every active verse. It only took me about 5 years. And my other book that I'm very proud of course, is Crossroads Witchcraft. The ingredients. This is a reference style book designed with charts and all of those lists of things that you have to go look up. Here it is in one book. And this is more about my tradition. We are a folkloric witchcraft tradition, American witchcraft. You'll hear me discuss we're Crossroads witches because we stand in the crossroads of all of the global magic. And I'm just going to keep talking. You can always tell. All right. Y'all have as bright of a blessed day as I'm having. And as always, amen, blessed be, ashe, and a bobo.